What's up, guys? I'm Dave.
And I'm Parker.
And this is DP Reviews, where you get double the analysis,
twice the penetrating opinion,
and we finish in a timely manner. I want to welcome you to this review of Bone Collection, a new manga that's coming fresh from Shonen Jump. It's going to be, from my opinion, it's going to be one of the new big three. And when I say new big three, I don't mean, Demon Slayer and all of that. I mean its own category in 2020.
Kind of like the Double XL freshman, its own generation of big three contestant.
Yes, like the Double XL freshman. All right, so page one. If any of you are familiar with older anime when it comes to exorcists or dealing with beings from another realm, you're automatically going to see some things that you've seen before. One of the big things that we've noticed was in Bleach, they have hollows that come from another world and drop into the dimension. And the Soul Reapers, are they Soul Reapers? The Shinigami, they come back there. So, here in Bone Collection, first panel, we have what appears to be a yokai, what they describe as a yokai, cracking through the atmosphere, just how hollows do. And in the second panel, we have our exorcists who have uniforms, the classic black and white, that appear to be the reverse design of the Shinigami uniforms in Bleach.
It's actually a good observation, Logan. I didn't even realize that.
No, it's quite all right. No, I really like the art style here. It's not simple, but it's easy on the eyes.
It's like modern but original.
If you look at the eyes that are done here, it's gonna look like My Hero Academy, just a little bit for the eyes. And then for the facial structure, you see a little bit of Demon Slayer in there.
Just off the first page alone, though, you can see the people. But if you look at the yokai, the first yokai that we see, there's some personality in the monster itself. This may just be like a one-shot monster that we're never gonna see again. But I think he has character.
I think he pays his taxes. So with our actual first introduction, non-color page, we're in this classroom. And we're introduced to somebody looking through yokai. And then we center onto our, what appears to be our main character, Kazumi Jinai. So Kazumi, from me personally, I think he looks like a lame, bro. I'm not even gonna lie to you. Dude's sitting, he's bunched up in class, not paying attention. His grades ain't on. He looks like the typical, I need to power up quick, but I still have all of the foolishness character. But I guess it's kind of important in the shonen, kind of just making him relatable to teenage kids. I was the same way when I was a teen.
I remember, I ain't have pretty eyelashes when I was a teen. He's like the only character with the pretty eyelashes. I had to work for that.
I had pretty eyelashes.
Anyway,
highly awesome.
So we do get to see our main character, Kazumi Jinai. He's starting off the chapter by explaining that he needs to leave to do some, yokai business? There's a proper term for it. Exorcism business. There we go. He's explaining how he needs to leave class for an exorcism. His best friend is just asking him, hey man, are we going to see you at the group date after school? If you want to be there, there's going to be shorties with H-cups coming.
H-cups. Key drops. I don't have the audio clip from my keys, but just keep talking. I'm gonna go get them at some point.
Hey man, I don't know if y'all listen to Imagine Dragons, especially and Radioactive. Like when after he says I'm breathing in the chemicals and you hear that breathe, that. But that was Kazumi at the sound of H-cups.
So with these H-cups, he quickly snaps out of his spell and says, look, I'm here to be an exorcist, do my duty, all of this noble talk, but of course it's just always going to be for H-cups. So we finally get out of the classroom and we cut to Kazumi taking on this yokai, and it appears to be this depraved squid from, I don't know if you guys ever seen Brynhilda of Darkness, that manga, but the eyes are really popping out from there.
The face reminds me of those characters from Bobobo.
Yes, Bobobo with Daifuku and Jelly Jiggler.
Yes, Jelly Jiggler.
But we're here and, he's fighting the squid and he's probably going to need therapy, by the way, he's being assaulted. And, you see people in the background, commenting, well, he's a wimp, he should have dropped out, blah, blah, blah. So his childhood friend, Reno Tendo, comes to save the day. And Reno Tendo. I don't know. Maybe I'm tripping. Anyway, she comes through. She says, "Are you okay? Is everything good?" And then he goes into this flashback of how she's always better than him. She's been training.
If it wasn't for the flashback, we wouldn't have seen kind of the structure of how exorcists come to be. Basically two ways. You either got the talent and you can take these tests and pass them with flying colors, or you're born into it. You know, there is a little bit of a, what's the word I'm looking for? You know how like when you're born into something?
Legacy, dynasty.
Yeah, there's a little bit of a legacy that's like gets passed down through the names in the exorcist world. You know what? This is episode 1, but I promise these later episodes, I'm gonna learn how to talk like Dave, and it's gonna be an engaging conversation. You hear me?
Hey, what's wrong with you? We're still recording this.
Hey, that's fine, man. This is a declaration.
A declaration, he says. All right.
Anyways, not to go off topic. So, because of the flashback, we get to see how the exorcists come to be. We also see that Kazumi comes from a line of just well-known exorcists. His father and his older brother are some of the most powerful today.
That's wild. That's a huge ladder to climb. You know,
yeah, man, it's just like hard to be next to if you come from a family of just prodigies and you're Kazumi. Oh, it's like being John and Ruby.
Wow, Jesus Christ. Anyway, not a spoiler. So, Reno, you know, she says, "Look, you work very hard, and you know, I know you're doing the best you can." And Gina, Kazumi, he's just like, "Look, I don't want to hear that. You're riding this awesome shikigami, which is like an origami horse animal thing that they use to travel." And you know, he's just like, "All right, I can't be doing this, bro. I'm tired of being so weak and blah blah blah." So then there's a low rank yokai that comes up. So he grabs it, but she's like, "There's no need to exercise because of the rank." So he was going to, what appears, use a spell, and Reno, she drop kicks him in the chest, dropping the yokai. The yokai surprised too. But apparently this one spell is supposed to be some type of forbidden spell, I'm guessing. And, you know, it takes his childhood friend to stop him from doing such.
It really makes you wonder, if you're like learning in a school for exorcists, why is there even a spell that they're learning to learn that it's not able to be used? It's bad planning, man. And I survived some sketchy education system.
Yeah, they didn't really prepare us. They didn't teach us how to pay a mortgage. I just learned what equity is, as old as I am. That's fine.
Hey, man. I know the sines, the cosines, and the tangent.
Yeah, SOHCAHTOA.
SOHCAHTOA. I'm something of a mathematician. Unlike Kazumi, who's useless as an exorcist. Hey, man, I like Kazumi, but I don't right now. That's all I'm saying.
All right, let's focus. Let's focus.
So after we learn that this spell is like ban worthy, you shouldn't be using this, whatever. You know, he's thinking about what's going on, man. Why can't I use it? And we actually get the image of like a little baby yokai. It's a kappa, right?
Yeah, that's a kappa.
Yeah, that's a kappa, no cap.
Shut up.
So yeah, but in the midst of Kazumi saying he might as well just go buy some porno mags, the rift and the yokai gateway breaks again. But out pop this baddie, bruh. I can say that, right? Because she's a demon, so she's technically not like...
What?
Yeah, that's fine.
Look at this woman jumping out of the yokai gate. I can't even say jump. She's falling like it's, what is it, a Kingdom Hearts video? So anyway, he attempts to catch her, but she falls right through his arms. I'm pretty sure she has a concussion. She's passed out, laid out. We're seeing on the side of her head these bug horn looking things. She's got these sharp claws and this weird oriental pattern on her dress. So anyway, Kazumi, he, remarks she's pretty attractive. Let me just take her to the police. That being said, we cut to his father, and he's thinking, okay, what happened to my son? Where is he? He's spazzing out to the brother. Is he a rebel now? His brother says he's probably out with a girl. He is at that age now. Kazumi's father then calls Rina, and he says, look, I don't know what you're up to, but my son has never missed a curfew. I don't know what y'all are doing. I don't know what you have in mind, but if he's out here and he's out with a yokai, you know he don't discriminate between human and yokai. He's using that forbidden spell. So Rina, she just drops the phone and she hops on her Shikigami, which is now a bird. It was a horse before, but now it's a bird. So we cut back to Kazumi, and he's carrying this woman on the back, and he's, making the thought bubble up. Oh, she got the espresso pour on back. All right, cool. So Shorty wakes up, jumps off his back, and lands on the stairs behind him, and she asks, "Who are you? And where am I?" He says, "This is Japan." So Shorty's spazzing out. Now that she's spazzing out, she's like, "Look, you're in charge of me now as far as taking me where I need to go." And she says, "I want pancakes. I demand pancakes." What you think? We about to go to IHOP? But nah, they go to Danny's. Not Denny's. It's just Danny's. 5 in the morning in the pancake. Oh my Christ. They're here in the pancake stand, and he's, trying to figure out what exactly is her motive. Is she a queen? What the years look like. He's ogling her pretty well. It's kind of disturbing.
Yeah, man, it's a pretty good description of a W2T2L.
W2T2L. Anyway, she's eating with chopsticks, and she's like, "This is difficult." Well, you're a person from another country, so that explains things. Person. She says, "Person? Do I look like a person?" Kazumi, he's like, "What else would you look like?" So he takes her to karaoke, he takes her bowling. I think this is some type of arcade game. And
it's a good first date. It's like a little montage.
I know. I don't know where he's getting the money for all of this, because he's a horrible exorcist. So I know he's not making money off this.
It's people's rich.
He come from money.
He don't know how to fight.
He ain't got no neck. Anyway, they're in the middle of all of this. They're crossing the street, and she stops in the middle of the street. I hate pedestrians that will stand in the middle of a crosswalk for anything. I don't care what you're doing. Don't stand in the middle of a crosswalk. That's a pet peeve. Even if you have the right of way, it's still a pet peeve. So she stops and she's like, why do you assist me? And he replies, "Well, I don't look the other way when people need help." I'm sorry. She says, "Would you help me if I was a yokai?" To which he replies, "It doesn't really matter. I don't really care." So she's blushing and whatnot. We then cut to the next scene where we have, what is that? I don't even know how to describe. What is that, bro? Is that a fishman? A cyclops? We can't say fishman because of One Piece.
You literally just said what you can't say and why you couldn't say
It's fine. I'm not going to cut it.
We get this cyclops fish yokai.
Yes.
But even like the people looking at the yokai, I mean, like, this thing is huge, bro. Like, at least like a clean 12 feet tall, crouching. And you got like students, little girls, like, "Oh no, we're good, man. This fish is protected by a strong talisman. It ain't gonna do nothing. It's just there for show. All bark and no bite, right?" And so this man just slams the ground. I'm talking earth-shattering type stuff, super effective. Everyone's fan. And he actually says, like, looking at stuff on Yahoo Answers is great. Shibuya has a lot of young female humans. And I'm here for it. Because like I said, that first demon we saw, that first yokai, personality. This guy, personality.
Disgusting.
Even if he is preying on women. So yeah, we just out here being a grade A harasser, predator, whatever you call it. And he actually grabs the yokai girl that Kazumi's been tending to this entire time. And the first thing she goes is, "Unhand me, you burn." This is like a Hunter x Hunter analogy. You know how like Hisoka was exerting that Nen in Heaven's Arena for going to kill her? That's kind of what our girl was doing here. And the the Cyclops fish yokai just kind of feels it in his bones of like the fear that she is exerting, or the pressure that she is exerting, and he's experiencing fear. And so then Kazumi comes in clutch with like a nice little snake down, covers the dude's eye, his one weakness, because Cyclops, and tells homegirl to run away. And in the midst of him trying to be Captain Sailor,
oh my god, big homie gets impaled furiously. I'm looking, and there's got to be at least 5 points in which he gets impaled. Arm, chest, abdomen, left calf. Left calf actually twice. So he's flung off of this fish guy's back, and the fish guy remarks, "Are you an exorcist?" He said, "Man, back in the day, exorcist? I used to battle them all the time. But you the first wimp that I ever faced. He said, what was that, a smoke spell? You ain't even hurt me, bro. And, Shawty, she comes like, who runs into danger? And he's thinking to himself, why did I do that? Why did I think that I could take him on? My life is flashing before my eyes. So now it appears we're jumping into this flashback where they're talking to Kazumi. And Kazumi, he's asking to explain his current state. In which we now see the Kappa here seated next to Kazumi. It appears they're on trial or something. But this Kappa's name is Kawanoshin, whatever it's pronounced. And they say the spell is forbidden. I mean, it's banned. Borrowing the yokai's power is one of the most forbidden spells. The yokai spell. I don't know who came up with that name, but all right. Those who use the spell, they eventually have their souls turned into yokai, and the yokai will eventually steal your soul. So, Kazumi, he's like, Kawanoshin, he wouldn't do that. See, your pronunciation messed me up, but it's all right. He's like, please stop. So then we are, oh my God, they stabbed him? Anyway, cut back to the woman who Kazumi was showing around. And she said, it's such an odd fellow for an exorcist. And Fish Kai, he's flexing over here, doing a flex dance. And we see this bloody hand reach up towards this woman. And he cop.
I got it from here. We see the bloodied hand of Kazumi Gina copping the feel of that sweet, sweet, tender yokai woman. Grabs the right titty culture. The keys have been dropped in. The turkey is in the oven. And he tells the girl, I'm borrowing some of your power. Because we actually see his hand kind of like dissolve into her chest. Kinky, but I'm still here for it. But then he pulls out this bone sword looking thing. And the fish yokai, he's like, hey, you was just about to die. What's going on? And to which Kazumi explains, it's not that hard to understand. I literally said, let me borrow your power for a bit before this happened. So your ability to read the room is garbage. So the fish yokai goes, I'll make you pay. You're just a wimp, man. Let's get it popping. And he gets rent. I don't bang with Kazumi right now, but he did his darn thing. I'm talking like bodying this man. You ever seen like imagine Sonic the Hedgehog just disappearing and then just coming in with kick. Imagine Sanji just piecing
with
somebody.
The legs, man. With the legs.
With the Diablo Jambas, just endless. That's Kazumi, which is weird because we don't even see him use the sword, except at the last moment when he comes from behind the fish yokai and just bodies him. This man's back neck is impaled. That's it. Kazumi even has to tell homegirl, hey man, your power is pretty strong, but I'm glad you're safe. And this is when, she becomes a roadie, groupie.
All right.
Yeah, this was a panty dropper for her, man. And then she explains what she is, which is Gasha Dakuro. It's basically a triple S class yokai. They run it. They're like the highest you can beat. Even 100 exorcists couldn't even beat them. And this is Kazumi thinking this too. So he's like, yo, she's powerful. And the second thing she says is, after she explains that she's a Gasha Dakuro, and that's when we finally get this girl's name.
Pyra.
And honestly, I'm gonna give it to you, Kazumi, because take a girl out, save her life, touch her titty, and you don't even know her name? Props.
But all that being said, at the end of this, he's now coming to the realization that she's a queen. And he wonders about his sentence because back with Kawanoshin, he was an F-rank yokai. So he was in prison for 3 months. Someone called CPS. But after this, now he's thinking, maybe I'll be executed because she's a triple S class. And all of that is interrupted by his name being called by none other than Reno. So she asks, what are you doing? And he's over here shook. He's sweating bullets. He got the Kappa lips. So...
Bro, this man looks like he was in a committed relationship for 2 years and he just happened to get a drink with his ex and his girl just shows up at the bar. And you think she saw him touch her titty?
I hope not. But we'll find out next chapter. Next chapter comes out May 10th.
Yeah, this chapter actually came out a while ago, but we wanted to hop on it because it's fire, man. I'm really enjoying it. You know, I love a manga where I don't bang with the main character because it makes me want to see him get better.
Yeah, I'm like World Trigger. For me personally, I'm really banging with it so far. Art style solid. It's definitely Shonen Jump-esque. I have all of the elements that we have that I knew growing up. You gotta, not Yu Yu Hakusho, of course, because we had strong main characters way back. Anyway, but the point is, I'm really banging with manga. I'm seeing inspiration just a tiny bit with Shaman King. And the only reason I say that is the reason the Bone Spear was designed. But that's just me. You know, I could be tripping. If I'm tripping, let me know. But other than that, I think it's a solid manga. I'm definitely looking forward to the next chapter. Well, I'm Dave.
And I'm Parker.
And this has been DP Reviews. I don't really have nothing else. We good? Yeah, stay inside. Stop touching people.
Stop touching people. That includes yourself.
What?